Hey everyone, it's Vintage Vinny, and welcome to another antique store haul. Everything I'm going to be sharing with you today came from the Emmitsburg Antique Mall in Emmitsburg, Maryland. So without further ado, let's go ahead and check out what I got, shall we? So I spent a grand total of $70 and change for everything you're going to be seeing in this haul. So I gotta make sure I remember I've got two things in a bag down here so I don't forget. So I hadn't been to the Emmitsburg Mall in a while, and if you saw my first video, a new shop had opened up, so we went there first and then we went to this mall. I love that every antique mall is different, like you just don't know what you're gonna find. And it's quite remarkable what's there that you can find to sell, especially if you look for bargains like I do. So in no particular order, let's go ahead and check out what I was able to find. This is adorable. This is just a doggy Santa Claus squeaker toy. And it still squeaks. It says made in the US. I've seen these marked made in, I think, like Taiwan or something, so they must have been made at a much later time, but this is an older one. This is interesting. I have never seen anything quite like this. I actually got this out of Chad Retro Days' booth. Ooh, pardon me. Sorry about that sneeze. So I got this out of Chad Retro Days' booth. He's here on YouTube. He buys from all of our sales. He comes to our sales and checks out what we have. He also is on Instagram if you want to check him out. He does have, again, a booth in two booths, actually, at the Emmitsburg Antique Mall. So if you're in the area, check it out. He's got 20% off, I think, going up through the new year. So if you like really great stuff, and he's actually very fair with his pricing. Sorry about that. It's going out of focus. So if you're looking for something, be it a collector, you would definitely get a really good deal on something that he has. And like I said, he's got two booths, like right when you walk in on the left to the mall, and then he's got one, I think, in the row next to the second row of the mall. So definitely check out Retro Days. Great stuff and very fair prices. So I got this guy from him. So this actually has been at this mall for a while. It's a booth I love. He's got pretty much reasonable prices on some things. Some things, he has locked up that he asks a lot more for, which I understand. Of course, you don't want people walking off with your higher priced items if they're not willing to pay for them. But yeah, this, I believe, is a Westmoreland satin glass candle holder. Candelier, I guess we can call it, because it holds more than one. It's a small one. I did see a pair of these listed for $40 on eBay with no solds. So I will say I invested $8 into it. I love it. I love blue glass. I don't know what it is. I love it. And this definitely does scream almost like coastal to me, that shade of blue. So I had to pick that up. I don't know if this is an old ornament or not. The cap to me looks old, but I just was really captured by the bright colors, and it's an indented ornament if I didn't say that already. And it's got scratches and such on it, and I do believe that this is glass. So I would think that this is older. At least I hope it's older. So that's really nice. Actually, I think I'm going to leave that up here. Hopefully I don't knock it over. Yeah, we'll just leave you right there for now. That actually looks kind of cool, doesn't it? Oh yes, I did pick up, hopefully I don't knock that ornament over. I did pick up a 1968, that's probably going to be really hard to see, but you guys saw it or have seen it. 1968 Night Before Christmas Whitman book. That was a really good price and 20% off, so I will probably have that in one of my sales. I am, like I mentioned in my video on Monday, I am doing a live industrial sale with Katie of Vintage and Vinyl, so these items will not be in this upcoming sale. Because I didn't find too much at these two shops, I felt it was okay to do a haul video. So, yeah. So that's that. Right here, this is really cool. This is a TV Star Parade magazine from 1963. And we've got Donna Douglas, who played Ellie Mae in the Beverly Hillbillies. And that's just really fun. You get to learn about the different stars from back in the day. And that was a whopping $2. I had to pick that up. I love the old ephemera. I have really scaled down on what I do pick up because if you're not careful, it really piles up, and I will say I still have quite a bit of it, but I have gotten much better at what I am deciding I want to keep and what I want to sell. Because long story short, I don't want to make this video long, but 2022, I did a lot more shopping than I should have done instead of selling. Now, granted, it was my first year doing the live sales every week. But I would just go, oh, it's been a month since I've been there, let's go. And I would just shop Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. As opposed to this year where I've really scaled it back and I try to go out only on Fridays. Because for me, it gives me a chance to get rid of, sell some of my old inventory. I can list things, and plus I can take care of stuff that I need to take care of outside of my resale business. But anywho, yeah, that's long story short about that. So yeah, so since there's not a lot from this haul and from Monday's haul, it makes it easier for me to manage, and I don't have to worry about having a whole bunch of stuff from the previous week piling up for me to figure out what I want to sell for the next week. Anywho, let's go ahead and move on. This was 20% off. This is, yes, it's, now that you've tried on your pantyhose, you must splash yourself with the Ginate talcum powder. So I did find some Ginate. It does not have the original box. However, I think I could still get maybe $50, $60 for that. It's brand new. Never been used. Anytime I find Ginate, I will go ahead and sell it. I'm not sure if it's all that old because there's this sticker right here that looks very digital. But you know what? I could be very wrong. Old Ginate powder sells for good money. So I got that for a really good price and 20% off of the already great price. You can roll, I don't care. So, yeah, couldn't say no to that. We should adjust the camera a little bit. So this is awesome. I actually already have one of these. This has been at this mall forever, and I've been waiting for it to be marked down. So I will say it was originally $25. It sat and sat because I was not going to pay that, even though the booth had a 20% off sale running. And then I guess, they got tired of it sitting, so they marked it down to $10, and then they had it in their booth that was also, it was 20%. So I got this for $8. Like I said, I have one of these already. I'm going to look at them both and see if they are, just compared to see which one's in better shape. This one wobbles a little bit more than my other one, or maybe it's just because I don't fiddle with it. But it is an ink blotter. I believe this is Hazel Atlas's sports line with the boat. You guys know I love my coastal stuff. I love that line from Hazel Atlas with the fish and the boats and things like that. I love that. And then I found this. This actually was not priced, so they had to call the dealer, and they were actually getting ready to close. So I'm really happy the guy answered. This is just a paper hat for Kellogg's Corn Flakes. I'm not really sure of the age, but as you can see, it was more of a rescue piece because it looks like maybe a rat chewed it or something many years ago. But I loved that, and if you really wanted to frame that up, you could. But I'm gonna put that in my ephemera book. And like I said, I loved it, and it's more of a rescue piece because of the gnawings from, I think, the rat. So those were those items. So let's go ahead and check out the other items. So these are really, really cool, you guys. This is a giant Ward's white mineral oil bottle. And it's for Montgomery Ward. I love, love, love that green. That's very Art Deco. That is a huge bottle. So do be prepared. That's going to be in the industrial sale. Now these I'm always been attracted to. I really don't know why. I think it's just because it reminds me a lot of the Victorian era, or maybe possibly even earlier than that. Based on the way this guy's dressed. It's very colonial looking. But that's really cool. I've seen other ones similar to it listed, and I think they're Lefton. I could be very wrong about that. I know many other companies possibly made these. This will be up for grabs at my live sale next week on my channel, so make sure you check out that. I do them every week. If you do see something you're interested in and you're afraid you're not going to make the live sale, I will more than be happy to push it aside for you and hold it till then. Just make sure that you do pay right away when I send the invoice, and your items will be out the door. I do shipments once a week. So I wait for everybody to pay, and if everything's paid by Friday, I'll make sure that it gets scheduled, or by Thursday night. If I get payments by Thursday night, because I schedule my pickups for Friday, and the mailman comes to pick it up right around 2-ish here. So if it's paid by Friday, I can have it go out the door, and it'll be on the way to you. So that was a really fun, those were 2 fun pieces to find. So let's go ahead and check out the last 2 items that I picked up. So please forgive the way I have this placed in the video. This is a really cool Budweiser Anheuser-Busch vest, probably from, I would say, the 1970s. Based on this tag right here, let's see if it'll show. It says 100% cotton in size medium. It is reversible. Oh my gosh, that's bad. Okay, there we go. It is reversible. But let me tell you something. Those buttons right there are to stick into the holes and have them stay firm in place. But I do know that that means that this is a very nice quality vest. I did not see any of these listed on eBay at all, so I may shoot a little higher on the price. Maybe I'll try for, I don't know. Maybe, like I said, I'm just throwing a number out there. Maybe I'll try it for $100 or best offer. It does have some light staining, I guess just from age on it. But like I said, I'm going to let the original owner decide if they want to wash it or not, because I don't want to ruin this tag here. But like I said, I don't see any others listed. So that might be a good sign that if I list this a little bit higher, somebody might be interested in purchasing it. So this was the last item that I have for this shopping trip to Emmitsburg. This is a photograph of a store display, and it looks like it was for a doll store, or like a toy store kind of a thing. It says Bragger of Balto, which I assume means Baltimore. And it says Hughes Co. Baltimore. And it says Milton Hartman. That's not going to focus, is it? Yeah, it says Milton Hartman display. That's blurry already, because some of this photo is kind of blurry, if you can see that. But I assume this was probably in downtown Baltimore back in the day. Really cool picture. It was in a frame, and I did not want the frame at all because it was hideous. So I'll be donating that to the Goodwill, and I hope somebody can put it to great use. But that's just a really cool picture. I mean, you really just don't see stuff like that anymore. And I don't know if you guys can see, but look, there's a giant bird, and then we've got like a Christmas wreath right there. And then I know there's some people out there who don't like dolls. I think they find them really spooky. I know that my mom doesn't like old dolls, especially because she's seen too many movies where they've been haunted and such. So I get it, but she really does like this photograph because it really captures how stores displayed their stuff back then. And you get kind of a look at what was being offered. Like, hey, maybe, you know, your grandmother had one of these dolls, or your mom had one of these dolls. So it's just a really fascinating look at a piece of history, basically. So, folks, that is everything that I would like to share with you all from my trip to Emmitsburg Antique Mall in Emmitsburg, Maryland. Let me know down below in the comments section, what were your favorite items from this haul? And don't forget to tune in to my live sale with Katie of Vintage and Vinyl. We'll be offering you all some great rusty, crusty industrial items.